So I'm Corey. I'm the night shift manager here at Valley VNA. I've been here for actually just about 10 years now. It was 10 years in October.
My name is Diamond. I am the day shift manager, and I've been here for about 3 years now. I've recently just hit my 1 year of being a shift manager.
What are some of the biggest lessons or skills you gained early on that helped you grow into a shift?
So the biggest thing is just a lot of simple problem solving. Kind of just one big thing that a lot of residents do is need help with their TV. Oftentimes it's just changing an input, but doing those little things, being proactive, and kind of just problem solving as much as you can is really what helped me get into the shift manager role.
So, a lot of the skills that I have gained with being a caregiver and now a shift manager is really having a lot of empathy for our residents, as well as just being there for them and being symptomatic, caring, um, and just being humble about the situations that they are going through or I'm going through, and just ultimately being like a family member for them.
Can you describe a moment or experience where you felt especially proud of the work you do or the progress you've made here?
I had a resident who, early on in my career here at the Valley VNA, this resident did not have a lot of family members or didn't have family members that visited very often. And they were a very caring, loving individual. And I went in by this resident every single day, greeted them, and wanted to create that warm atmosphere. And towards the end of their life, sadly, their family could not make it to be there with them. And so I was the one that was there with them. And that resident just told me, I'm glad you're here. You were one of the best. And I'm glad I was able to have this relationship with you. So that warmed my heart to be able to be there for that resident and just be another family member for them.
There are many different moments for me. I kind of noticed that a lot of the things I do are more subtle things, just even just going out of your way to say hi to a resident, simple things like that. And I didn't really notice how much of an effect I had until I saw one resident's family member post on our social media site how amazing and caring I was. Even though me working night shift, she hardly ever saw me. But the small little interactions apparently made a great big deal of help and meant a lot to me.
Can you share what originally brought you to Valley VNA and what your experience was like starting in the caregiver training program?
So what brought me to the caregiver training program was I had an interest in nursing, and obviously being a CNA or CNA work like caregivers was a good stepping stone for that. And in fact, Colleen Harvat, the previous interim care director, was actually the one who told me about this place. And I just like the place so much that I've been here now for 10 years and just kind of stuck where I was because I really like where we are right now.
I actually started in the retail business after I graduated from high school. I wasn't quite sure what I fully wanted to do, so I actually saw the posting online and I thought this would be a great intro into the health career as they offered training. You didn't have to have any prior experience, and they were more than welcome to explain everything to you. So I thought that was a great stepping stone into this career.
As someone who is advanced within Valley VNA, what does it mean to you to now support new caregivers coming through the same program?
I know it is very intimidating coming into a new job and not really fully knowing what you're walking into. As I did, I wasn't sure what the healthcare field really entailed for me specifically, but the VNA was very supportive, and I want to be there for the new caregivers that might have that same ideology and just want to succeed. And I want to be that mentor almost to these new caregivers.
So the biggest thing would be fostering curiosity. Many residents have very similar actions. They may do similar things, but each person is different. And kind of fostering that curiosity and that interest in learning, I think really helped me become a shift manager as well because every time you work as a shift manager, it's always something new, something different, which is intimidating, but at the same time can be exciting as well.
What advice would you give to someone just starting out at Valley VNA who hopes to grow in their career the way you have?
I always like to say be curious, not judgmental. That's actually something Walt Whitman said. And I think it's very applicable to not only this field, really, any other field where person centered care is going to be the most important thing. And just being curious kind of gives you a better idea of how you can help them and help them through tough times and really just make their life overall better.
I think my biggest advice for a caregiver just starting is have an open mind. Think about what your resident has gone through and think about their life experiences and maybe compare it to yours and have that sympathy and empathy for them and be that extra family member for them and care for them as if they are one of your family members. And going day by day, maybe you do have a rough day, but just think that this day could affect that resident even more than yours.